pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight. Get ready on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM. Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM.
Okay, good morning, dear listeners out there. You're welcome to yet another interesting edition of Part of Newspaper Review, coming to you live from Power 365 Online Radio. My name is Olamide Adeniji, and I'll be your host for this morning. How was your weekend? I hope you had splendid time with family, spending time with family and friends over the weekend. And let's also say, well, hopefully by this time next week, we would have celebrated Salah for this year. May this season bring joy, abundant joy to our doorsteps. All right, so I'm bringing headlines from two newspapers this morning, the Daily Times and the Daily Independent. First, the Daily Times. This is the major headline on the Daily Times is saying no cause for alarm over Nigeria's debt profile. Experts say nothing wrong with obtaining loans if used judiciously for developmental projects. Tinubu actually benefited from Atiku's goodwill. That's coming from his aide. Says Shetima goofed. Cost of governance. Aisha Yesufu wants Senate scrapped. Returned artifacts will boost Edo's tourism potential. Obaseki. Kano Anti-Graft Commission probes alleged empowerment scheme fraud. So, how many state governors are probing their predecessors? Kano State, River State, and which other state governor is that? Well, we know. We'll tell you. And then this is saying, okay, I think Kaduna State too. Kaduna State. Tinubu actually benefited from Atiku's goodwill aid. Vandalism, federal government tightens security on third mainland bridge. Nigeria recorded 6.5 trillion naira trade surplus in quarter one of 2024. That's coming from the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. No cause for alarm over Nigeria's debt profile. I brought you that. Yes, and this is saying June 12, democracy enthusiasts seek revival of basic amenities. Respect wishes of people. CSO's urge OB says it is time to move on. NDLA arrests Nigerian with illicit drugs, nabs 19 others. 2023 election. Respect wishes of people. CSO's urge OB. Is he still saying he's a winner, or he was a winner? Eid El Adha. Bauchi residents lament hike in ram prices. How much did you buy a ram in your area? Cost of governance. Aisha Yusufu wants Senate scrapped. Tinubu approves mandate for special presidential convoy on climate action. Political dimensions of insecurity in Nigeria and one silver bullet solution. That's an opinion on the Daily Times. Then this is saying Army officer, corps member killed, DSS officer, others stabbed by phone snatchers in Kaduna. UN group urges governments to take the lead in education development. SSUCOEN, Kwasu. Okay, I brought you that earlier. And then this is saying equities market ends on bearish note, sheds 44 billion naira. And this is also saying I'm impressed with buyers of development coming from Ibori. James Ibori. James Ibori is the former governor of Delta State. Rescue Nigerians, vote out APC in 2027. Lukman charges opposition. Minimum wage governor's rejection of 60,000 naira insensitive, wicked NMPP chieftain. Delta enjoying peace, progress in our times. Coming from the governor. Ekiti Bureau of Tourism announces partnership with media. And the Director General of Ekiti Tourism Bureau of Tourism is Barrister Wale Ojolanre. Wale Ojolanre is a former NUJ chairman in Oyo State, ex-Lagos APC publicist, advocates federal unicameral legislature. Unicameral legislature is like a legislative house that will have only one chamber instead of the federal legislative house that is bicameral, that has the Senate and the House of Representatives. And I think that's in tandem with what Aisha Yesufu too has said. Then this next one is saying high yield Turkish lira bonds attract foreign investors despite liquidity challenges. This next one is okay, Man United. Let me take you to the sports page on Daily Times. Senegal and DR Congo pick up World Cup qualifying wins. World Cup qualifier Tunisia drops ex-Bayern boss Tuchel, not interested in Man United job. And then this is saying world champion Kopecky wins Tour of Britain. Okay, so let's take you to Daily Independent now. Let me take you to Daily Independent now, where we also have some headlines, some different some headlines on Daily Independent too. Okay, let me take a break. I'll return. When I return, I'll bring you more news.
This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected.
Okay, so you're welcome back. This is still Power 365 online radio coming to you live from the city of Ibadan. Okay, now I have Daily Independent with me. Despite CBN assurances, 3 banks show signs of distress coming from analysts. APC wins all seats in Yobe Council poll. Refrain from issues you know nothing about. Article tells Shetima. Serap sues federal government over failure to account for loans by ex-presidents. And troops eliminate 11 terrorists in Abia, Zamfara. Others. Tinubu okays mandate for special envoy on climate action. That's a twin of what I read earlier on Daily Times. Northern elders ask federal government to set up National Pastoralist Commission. And a twin of what I read earlier too is here. NDLEA intercepts codeine shipment from India. US UK bound opioids in ladies' hair. And there's a saying, Kabir monarch comments Idris on improved security. Activists sue Benue state government over Public Order Act. Local government election 2024, ADC leaders brainstorm with parties candidates in Delta. And let's see this. This is also saying NDDC will complete Amasoma Shore Protection Project, Obuko assures. Commissioner's resignation act of God to liberate rivers. Groups trade words with over insecurity in Benue. OD others want to destabilize Ebonyi PDP former chairman. Cross River to partner federal government against proliferation of small arms, light weapons. Governor Lawal seeks state funds intervention to save education sector. Group demands mental health act implementation in Nigeria. IMAN executives warned not to embrace petition writing against NAMA management. Urges governments to take lead in education development. Alright, let me start from this. Troops eliminate 11 terrorists in Abia, Zamfara. Others. Troops of the Nigerian army deployed for counter-terrorism operations across the country have achieved major successes in the ongoing fight against terrorism and insurgency in Kaduna, Zamfara, and Abia states, demonstrating their unwavering commitment to national security and safety of citizens. In Kaduna State, troops in a decisive operation conducted a two-day fighting patrol and Kacha local government areas, during which they engaged and neutralized 5 terrorists in a fierce combat in Dantarao. Alright, so pick a copy of the Daily Independent to read more on that. Refrain from issues you know nothing about, article tells Shetima. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar at the weekend tackled Vice President Kasim Shetima over what he described as falsification of information, saying the Vice President should refrain from making statements on subject matters on which he knows little or nothing about. Atiku, who stated what transpired in the past between himself and President Bola Tinubu, added that it was Tinubu who benefited from his goodwill. He said that Vice President Shetima goofed when he claimed that he benefited from President Tinubu's goodwill when he was being persecuted in the PDP. Atiku, in a statement by his media advisor Paul Ibe, said, truth be told, it was Tinubu that actually benefited immensely from. So how is this a national development project? Anyway, let's move away from there. This is saying APC wins all seats in Yobe Council poll. Candidates of the All Progressives Congress in the Yobe State local government elections held on Saturday have been declared winners of all the chairmanship and councillorship seats. The chairman of the Yobe State Independent Electoral Commission, (YOEC), Dr. Maman Mohammed, made the announcement at the Commission's headquarters in Damaturu on Sunday. Read more of this story. It's on page 7 of the Daily Independent. Northern elders ask federal government to set up National Pastoralist Commission. Man denies alleged defilement of daughter. A man, Emmanuel Emeruwa, has refuted the allegations he described as a well-coordinated malicious social media campaign against him that he defiled his 5-year-old daughter. Emeruwa, in a statement issued on Sunday by his lawyer, Ife Ajayi, accused his estranged wife of cooking up the allegation against him so as to have sole custody of their children and his personal estate. Alright, you may read more of this story. It's on page 8. It's a sad one. EFCC arrests 127 suspected internet fraudsters at Yahoo Party in Akure. Okay. Operatives of the Ibadan Zonal Directorate of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) have arrested 127 suspected internet fraudsters in Ondo State. The alleged internet fraudsters, according to the press release signed by the head of media and publicity of the EFCC, Mr. Dele Oyewale, were arrested in an early morning sting operation at a Yahoo Party held simultaneously at Signature and Alba Clubs on Saturday, June 8, 2024 in Akure, Ondo State. Alright, let me take a short break. When I return, I'll bring you more news.
This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Okay, so you're welcome back. This is still Power 365 Online Radio Newspaper Review. We've actually checked out stories from Daily Times and Daily Independent. And then let me bring this one to you. This is saying Shetima goofed. Tinubu benefited from Atiku's goodwill. Atiku's aid. Vice President Kashim Shettima is said to have goofed when he claimed that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar benefited from President Bola Tinubu's goodwill when he was being persecuted in the People's Democratic Party (PDP). According to a press statement signed by Paul Ibe, media advisor to Atiku Abubakar, it was actually Tinubu who benefited from Atiku's goodwill. Okay. UN Group urges governments to take lead in education development. Heads of delegations and chairs of committees, including accredited ambassadors of the International Human Rights Commission (IHRC) Relief Fund, in special consultative status with the Economic and Social Council edition of the NG Educators and International Human Rights Commission Model United Nations Conference 2024 in Enugu at the weekend, calling on government at all levels around the world to take the lead in education. That's quite a long read from the first paragraph. Unpaid gratuities, Bauchi Auditor General urges government to act fast. The Bauchi State Auditor General has called on the state government to offset the unpaid gratuities owed retired civil servants in the state, saying that the government should act before it becomes a menace. This was contained in the State Auditor General's annual report for the year 2022 submitted to the State House of Assembly through the Clerk of the House in line with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended. Rivers government approves 7.9 billion naira for Assembly Hospital Road contract. Rivers State Executive Council has deliberated and approved 74.9 billion naira contract for the construction of the State House of Assembly Auditorium, construction of Kalaibiama Ebelema Road, and completion of 4 zonal hospitals across the state. Also approved is the renovation of Bonny General Hospital, renovation and upgrade of new neuropsychiatric hospital Rumigbo, as well as the construction of new general hospital at Rumigbo in Obio Akpo local government area of the state. You know, we told you that we'll be bringing you every bit of River State back to back since it seems to be on the front burner. Ekifest is platform to showcase raw talents, Ojora Saki. And then this is saying Obalekomba Logan lived a fulfilled life. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State has declared that late 42nd Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Dr. Mohud Lekomba Logan, lived a fulfilled life and will be remembered fondly for his contributions to the growth and development of Ibadan and Oyo State. The governor stated this at the Obafemi Awolowo Stadium, Ibadan, on Saturday at the state burial organized in honor of the late Oba Dr. Balogun, who represented Oyo Central District in the Senate between 1999 and 2003. Okay, at this juncture, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for staying tuned. My colleague, Yoruba version, who will read the Yoruba version of newspaper review, is standing by. Until you hear from me again, my name is Alayande Adeniji. Do have a splendid day at work and enjoy your day. Goodbye.
This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to deliver